What's up, guys? It's Zach the Celtics guy here. I'm back with another video and here to talk about more worldly issues regarding more right-wing retards. And yes, it concerns the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, who I can't fucking stand. Sorry to any of my fellow right-wing YouTube fans that might like Ron DeSantis. Again, this doesn't concern any of you guys. This just concerns my personal feelings about Ron DeSantis and 90% of the Republicans of today, politically speaking, that are governing in this country. So, probably a few weeks ago, I know I might be a little late to the party on this, but I just could not respond to this quick enough. But obviously, with other things going on, I couldn't get to it right away, but you all know how that goes. Life and whatnot. So apparently, Stacey Abrams in Georgia is apparently running for governor in Georgia or something like that. Or I don't know. I don't know that much about her. I mean, I'm not exactly oh yeah, she was a former Georgia state representative. Okay. And she's apparently running, I don't know, she's running against the current governor, Brian Kemp, who got a lot of shit during the November 2020 elections because Joe Biden won in Georgia by like a tiny margin, and the main Trumptards in this country today got so pissed off and acted like, oh my god, Brian Kemp is a rhino and he's a fucking he sold us out, he betrayed Donald Trump, oh my god. Like, some of these fucking morons are just sitting there bitching about that. So yeah, Georgia is now like in their hate camp now, apparently. Because yes, Georgia, that is like a mostly right-wing state, is maybe like a moderate right-wing state, is getting all this shit simply because the Republican governor there didn't kiss Trump's ass in that moment and said, yeah, no election fraud to see here in Georgia, fuck off. We got better things we got to worry about. So now Ron DeSantis is bitching and moaning about the idea of Stacey Abrams running for governor in Georgia and winning. He said, quote, if Stacey Abrams is elected governor of Georgia, I just want to be honest. You're not honest. That it will be a Cold War between Florida and Georgia. I cannot have former Cuban leader Raul Castro to my south and Abrams to my north. That would be a disaster. So I hope you guys take care of that and we'll end up in good shape. I wanted to facepalm harder, but except if I did, I probably would break my nose. And I probably would end up in Mass General at that point. Here's the thing about this, Ron DeSantis, you dumb motherfucker. Number one, Raul Castro isn't even in power anymore. That's number one. He might be head of the Cuban Communist Party or something still to this day. I don't know. There's a new president there. The Castros are gone. But apparently Ron DeSantis is, he's not only is he a Trumptard, but he's a neocon. He's a fucking neocon who blames everything, every problem he faces and every problem Florida and others face simply on Cuba and on Venezuela and on other countries and other places. This is the same guy that called Australia authoritarian and had the nerve to call like liberal democracies like Australia and New Zealand authoritarian and stupid names like that. So yeah, that's the person we're dealing with here. That's the person we're dealing with here. So you don't have to worry about Castro being to your south, you dumb motherfucker, because he ain't even in office anymore. That's number one. Number two, what would Stacey Abrams, if she won in Georgia, how would she affect you running? Well, how would she affect you running your state? Which, by the way, you're a fucking asshole and you're a fucking blowhard and you're just like a more milquetoast version of Donald Trump. You might be less of an asshole than him, but you're still a fucking asshole. You're an obnoxious fucking prick, and you're a power-hungry fucking neocon and a warmonger, and you're just a fucking moron across the board. And you should be nowhere near the levers of power. That's number one. And I don't like Stacey Abrams. Personally, I think, yeah, I agree. She's too far to the left. I can agree with that. Okay, fine. But this would be the same equivalent if you had Chris Sununu in New Hampshire saying if Mort Haley won in Massachusetts, which, by the way, I would not support, there would be a Cold War between New Hampshire and Massachusetts. It would be the same fucking thing. It would literally be the same exact thing. And which, by the way, because, Chris Sununu at least has fucking manners, and he has a moral compass, and he's not his own worst enemy like Ron DeSantis is. So it's like that. So what? Are you gonna sit there and say she's a fucking communist or something? Oh yeah, because every one of your critics are communists and leftists and things like that. Okay. Everybody who's not on Team Trump and Team DeSantis is a fucking either three things: a leftist, a communist, or a rhino. And then they turn around and then they throw these words together. Like, just when you think Ron DeSantis cannot get any fucking dumber, he somehow manages to get dumber. He's such a fucking clown. Every single thing he blames on everybody. He doesn't take any responsibility for the fuck-ups that he causes, for the screw-ups that he causes, and the things that he's doing, and his own corruption, and his own borderline authoritarianism, which is what I've said many times before, and I will say it again. Ron DeSantis, along with all the anti-LGBT Republicans, all the authoritarian Republicans, have no business calling anyone else a dictator when they themselves are fucking tyrants. Ron DeSantis is a tyrant at heart. He is a tyrant at heart. I would say he has none because he's a sociopath. But anyway, moving on with the fucking video. He's authoritarian. He's a right-wing authoritarian, much like Jair Bolsonaro, much like all the right-wing dictators in the world. That's what Ron DeSantis is. So this idea that, okay, you might not like Stacey Abrams winning in Georgia. Okay, that's fine. I'm not a big fucking, Massachusetts is not on the border of Florida, but hey, I feel like we're in the midst of a fucking civil war with people like Ron DeSantis running the joint, and George Abbott and other right-wing scumbags running many sectors of our country and undermining democracy left and right. So I feel like that. But am I going to sit there and say, if Ron DeSantis is in office, I feel like there's going to be a civil war. Oh. If any leftist said anything like that, if any leftist said that about him, oh my God, it would be fucking World War III. And then you say there's going to be a Cold War. So what are you going to do? You're going to start a war with Georgia? You're going to send the Florida Guard over into Georgia and overthrow Stacey Abrams? Which, by the way, I wouldn't doubt that you would do, because I wouldn't put anything past Ron DeSantis. I would not put anything past Ron DeSantis. Because he's a fucking liar and a smear merchant. He smears everybody that he disagrees with, because that's what the right wing does. The right wing smears anybody they get into a disagreement with, whether it's on policy or anything, you name it. Okay? They throw around terms like rhino, communist, leftist, libtard, and smack it all together. And you're a this, you're a that, you're a beep, 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 beep. That's what you are. So that's what he's fucking saying here. Okay? He's a fucking clown. Okay? Ron DeSantis is a fucking bullshitter. He is a grotesque, disgusting liar and smear merchant and a piece of shit. And he knows he's a fucking liar. Because everything that comes out of his mouth is verbal diarrhea. Everything that comes out of his mouth is a fucking lie. It's either a lie or some kind of defamatory comment. Because that's what Ron DeSantis does. He smears everybody he disagrees with. And even though, and then some people say, oh, Zach, how could you defend someone like Stacey Abrams? No, fuck that. I'm not defending her. Okay? I'm not defending her. I don't defend Stacey Abrams because I think she has her own problems. She's way too liberal on a lot of things. I'm a moderate liberal. Okay, I'm a moderate liberal. I don't want someone too liberal in there, just like I said in my last video about politics and whatnot and world affairs. I don't want Mort Healy in office in Massachusetts because I think she's too left. She's too far to the left. I don't want Jay Gonzalez. And I wouldn't want the other guy running against Larry Hogan in Maryland. What the fuck was his name? Ben Jealous, that guy, against Larry Hogan in 2018. I said, yeah, I wouldn't want that. Okay? But the fact is that when you bullshit yourself and you make up shit as you go along, I'm going to call you out for it and bust your fucking ass up. Whether or not I like or dislike the other person that is being criticized at hand. Because when I see people blatantly fucking lie, like Ron DeSantis does day in and day out, I'm going to call that shit out. So I'm going to call that shit out. So whether or not people in Georgia vote for her or not is irrelevant. Okay? Whether or not they put Brian Kemp in there again, whether they put this or that, we may not like it, we may not like whatever. Okay? But if you're going to sit there and act like it's going to be a Cold War, then you're out of your fucking mind. If you cannot handle the fact that there's different people in different parts of the country that vote their own way for different people, then you yourself should not be near the levers of power. You yourself should be disqualified, and you yourself should not be near the levers of power. Ron DeSantis should not be near the levers of power. He is the antithesis of a democratic leader. He is the antithesis of what the U.S. originally stands for. He's a fucking liar and a piece of shit, and he's a fucking scumbag. And he is. And you know what? I don't care how many people this triggers. I hope he's watching this. I hope one of these days Ron DeSantis does come across one of these videos. So guess what, Mr. DeSantis? I hope you hear this, you piece of shit. You're a fucking liar. You're a fucking liar. Oh, gonna be a Cold War between Georgia. Okay, so like the next time you say, oh my God, I got Stacey Abrams to my north and Castro to my south and Nicolas Maduro and to my south as well and Daniel Ortega to my west and why don't you stop, shut the fuck up, look at your evidence and realize you're an idiot and look at the facts and the history about Cuba and the fact that Raul Castro's not even in power. Stacey Abrams probably doesn't even stand a chance in somewhere like Georgia. But we don't know. We don't quite know necessarily. Okay? We may not know. It could go either way. Okay? Georgia might vote for her. They might not. She might get destroyed in a landslide. We don't know. But whatever's going to happen, life's going to go on. Just like Joe Biden. He might be in there. We may not like him. He's too fucking old. But guess what? We are still living. America is still going on. It's not going anywhere. So fucking get used to it. You fuckers are the same thing that you accuse the left wing of being times infinity and beyond. I've said that before, and I stand by that view. And Ron DeSantis is a right-wing SJW. A right-wing SJW little pussy-ass bitch who should be nowhere fucking near the levers of fucking power. He's a little whiny bitch, much like his martyr Donald Trump, much like the fucking slimy, weaselly scumfuck Marco Rubio is too. Nowhere near the levers of power. Fuck him too. Fuck all of these people. They're an embarrassment to the U.S. They're an embarrassment to everything our country stands for. So it's no defense of Stacey Abrams. I'm not defending her. I'm not defending the left versus the right. I'm just calling out bullshit. Because when I see literal bullshit being spewed out of your fucking garbage disposal of a mouth, I'm going to come out and I'm going to bust your ass up and I'm going to say it. Because this is what you earn, this is what you deserve. You're in the position of power, which you shouldn't be, and that's where you are. And fucking get used to it. Whiny little bitch. Ron D shit his pants. That's what he is. Because he's a whiny little crybaby that sounds like he fucking shit his pants. He's a whiny little bitch. He's a little pussy-ass bitch. And I don't care how many people this offend. I don't care. I don't fucking care because it's the truth. He's a whiny little bitch. He's a whiny little bitch. Fuck him. Florida will go on with him. As horrible as he is, yes. Stacey Abrams, if she said this about Ron DeSantis, if Ron DeSantis wins in Florida or if a Republican wins above me or in North or South Carolina, there's going to be a war. Imagine what the Republicans' response to that would be. They'd be sitting there saying, you whiny, you SJW, you commie, libtard. You know that's what you'd all fucking say. So don't try to sit there and tell me otherwise. This is just another example of how much of an idiot Ron DeSantis is, and we need to spread the word as to how fucking stupid that he is. And the message is really getting across because more and more people are coming out and we're going to stand up, and I'm going to continue to say it, and I'm going to stand up whether it's popular or unpopular because this is the truth, this is the facts of the matter, and this is exactly how it is. Because Ron DeSantis is a liar, a smear merchant, and a bullshitter, and a piece of shit, and he knows he's those things. He should be nowhere near the levers of power at all whatsoever. Fuck him and fuck everything about him. Anyway, moving on with my day, moving on. I'm ending the video now. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Link all of this in the description. See you all again in the next video. See you all again next time. Peace out.